Well, hello everyone. My name is Justin, aka Ghost Reader, and today I am doing a long delayed video. All my fault, but finally I'm doing it, and that is my Q&A for my 1,000 in celebration of reaching 1,000 subscribers. I am almost at 1,200, and I am really happy that you guys are watching my videos, commenting, and supporting me. I wouldn't be here without you, and so I was like, you know what? I gotta sit down and do this Q&A because it's been way too long. Um, so I asked you guys for questions, and you guys were so gracious, and you guys came through, and you gave me a whole bunch of questions to answer. So I'm going to answer them today. I got them from Twitter, I got them from YouTube, and so I'm going to answer them while I play Stranded Deep. This is a game I played before on this channel back in December when I did my December wrap up. And instead of me trying to get the right lighting and get dressed and all that stuff, I just thought that I would, just sit here, put your comments up on the screen, and well, your questions up on the screen, and basically answer them, have some fun. So, yeah, so let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to start with the questions from Twitter first, and then we'll go ahead and we will move into the questions from YouTube. So the first question is from Sky Angel Books, and she asked, "What is your reading routine?" So I don't really have a reading routine, but if I did, that reading routine would include me going to the highest mountain peak that I could find, and forget how cold it is or anything like that. Going up there and then just looking down on the world, and just take it in. And I would do it at night too. Just like take it in, look up at the sky, enjoy the moon and all its glory, and just enjoy and just get into the moment. And then once I got into the moment and I was felt like I was really there, I'll whip out my favorite book and I would just go ahead and just start reading right there on the mountaintop. But yeah, I don't really have a reading routine. Generally, I just pick up a book whenever, wherever, and just start reading, to be honest. But thank you for that question. All right, the next question is from Maddie, the book pusher. She actually has a channel as well, and you can find her channel, The Book Pusher, so go check her out. Um, and she has two questions, and the first question is, where did Ghost Reader come from? And the second question is, can invite three people, living or dead, to dinner? Who are they? And so, Ghost Reader, where did that come from? So, basically, the name came from the fact that I was on Discord and we were role playing. I got killed on the Discord and became, I think at that time my username was the Night Rider 28. So I became the ghost of the Night Rider. So when I was choosing a name for my channel, I thought I would include Ghost, and then of course Reader because I read books. So yeah, so that's how I got my name. Um, and if I could invite three people, living or dead, to dinner, who would they be? Um, hmm. Let me think about that. I think, uh, let's see. I would probably invite, living or dead, Edgar Allan Poe for one. I really like his work. I think that that would be pretty cool. To meet him and talk about his work. I would like to meet. Let's see here. I would like to meet. Let's see. Let's pick someone cool because I have a bunch of corny people that I would probably like to talk to from history. But well, let's go with some of them. I'd probably like to talk to Toussaint Louverture. He was the general in not corny by any stretch of the imagination. He was actually a leader in Haiti during the Haitian Revolution. That would be pretty cool to talk to. And the I forget her name, but she wrote this book. It was a slave narrative. I keep forgetting her name. But it was really interesting narrative. It was about. I'll put it down in the comments below if I remember when I find her name. But she basically was a slave. Her master treated her really bad, and she ended up like living in the wall for like a couple years to make people believed that she had actually run away, but hadn't run away, and she was keeping like her eyes on her kids and inside this wall. And it was just a really great story. I read it in this book that had like a collection of forced slave narratives. Great book. So those would be the three people that if I could invite to dinner that I would like to enjoy dinner with. So thank you for that question. Um, the next series of questions, there are 5 of them, are from Kevin from Storyglyph. He also has a YouTube channel. Definitely go check out his channel. He does a lot of cool stuff there. Um, One, what is your favorite food? Favorite food? I have to really think about that. I like a lot of foods. But since I'm out here in the ocean, right? I think that my favorite food would probably be salmon. I really do like salmon. And speaking of the devil, okay, well that's cod. Well, in any case, I like salmon. Uh, if it's really well done, ah, mm, magnificent. All right, who is your favorite fictional character? For this one, I actually did pre-think this one beforehand. My favorite fictional character is definitely Carolyn from the Library at Mount Char. If you haven't read the Library at Mount Char, it's a very wacky book. It's a type of book that consistently gets wackier and weirder and crazier as you read it, and you're kind of like, well, when is the crazy going to end? In a good kind of way. It's not like crazy and it's like, why am I reading this? Um, but it's crazy and implausible in a way that it's still you want to see what happens next. And I really enjoy avoid the snake, avoid the deadly fish there, and I really enjoy reading it. And I enjoyed her character as well because she's kind of naive to the ways of the world because she kind of lives in a different dimension and hasn't really had a childhood as a normal child would have. So she's kind of naive about how the world works, and it's just really funny seeing kind of that naivete, but also the kind of strong will and determination she has to do what she plans to do. So she's my favorite character. Where is your favorite spot to get books? My favorite spot to get books is the Kindle store. Because as a Prime member, I get one free book a month, and the books are generally cheap there because they're electronic. But if you look talking about a physical spot, I would definitely have to say there's a thrift store that I went to not too long ago and got like 6 books for $3, and I think they would have been $138 if I had bought them separately. So, uh-oh. Oh, okay, okay. I didn't expect that out the blue. Let's get out the water. Um, yeah, so, woof, that was nasty. All right, yeah, so, if that thrift store would probably be my favorite physical place to get books because they're just so cheap and affordable there. Get out of there. All right, 4, if you were to write a fictional book based around a booktuber, not you, who would the main character, as a main character, who would it be? I would probably say Ari, also known as RK Gold on YouTube channel and on his podcast. Um, he's such a great guy and such a character in real life. I think he'll make a great fictional character. Well, a character, not fictional, but he'll definitely make a great book if someone based a character, main character around him. So yeah, definitely RA for that one. And 5, what is a book you read that you were surprised you loved? And that would be The Cruel Prince. I wasn't exactly sure if I would like it since it wasn't the normal type of book that I would read normally. But I actually enjoyed it very, very much. And I'm actually glad I read it. Definitely gonna read The Wicked Prince at some point, but not anytime soon because I have a lot of other books on my list. Um, so yeah, so definitely will be doing that. So yeah, so thanks Kevin for those 5 questions. Pretty cool. And I'm out here fighting off a tiger shark. Just to let you know, in real life, sharks are actually really good for the ecosystem. They are, we kind of make them out to be monsters and whatever. They are dangerous. You definitely don't want to be in the water with them. You could put yourself in danger. But you're more likely, I think, to die from a bee sting. A person die from a bee sting than people die from sharks. And sharks play a very big role in the ecosystem. And so you kind of don't want to be willy-nilly killing sharks. So yeah, in this game, they're kind of put in there to kind of give you some sort of like uh, thing to like make you sweat a bit. But in real life, you don't want to go around just willy-nilly killing sharks. They're on top of the food chain, and they're important for the oceanic environment. So, public service announcement. So next question. JL Todd, she asked, what are your top 3 favorite book covers and any hobbies other than booktube? So thank you for your questions. My top 3 favorite book covers are Cersei. Really love that book and the cover. If by the Sea. And what was the last one? Caesar by Colleen McCulloch. And I think that these are my favorite owned book covers that I have, and I really enjoy them. And the next question that she had was, do you have any hobbies other than booktube?
You guys.
Just the normal run-of-the-mill hobbies. Yeah, just the normal hobbies, writing and all that. Nothing too dangerous or out of the ordinary. Just writing, yeah. So, thank you for those questions, JL Todd. Next is from Alana. She also runs a booktube channel called The Awkward Book Nerd, so definitely check out her channel. And her question is, if you could have any author write your life story, who would it be? And it would definitely be Madeline Miller, the author of what? I broke something? Or do I have a splint on? It's been so long since I played this game. Definitely water and food. Let's see. Yeah, definitely Madeline Miller from Cersei. Who wrote Cersei? She did a very good job with that. And she could write Cersei well. I hope she'll be able to write my story well. It'll probably not be as exciting as Cersei's was, but maybe I could spruce it up here and there with my normal hobbies, but who knows. Next question is from Ricky. And he asked, can you please tell your version of the Taylor assassination, dramatically and detailed, of course. Actually, Ricky, I can do you one better. Basically, I can actually have video of that, and you can just watch the video and decide for yourself, who here was in the wrong. But yeah, so this is what happened to me, and of course we're not going to go any further with this because that would just be, you don't want to show that. But yeah, that's how I became a ghost essentially. And going back to Maddie's question, yeah, so this is the moment I became ghost and later ghost reader. So yeah, there you go, Ricky, the story's been told. And Carol has the next question. Carol is actually the one who carried out that assassination. So what are the odds of that happening? Are you going to BookCon? Well, Carol, we've talked about this. It's pretty far. I don't feel like getting a boat to get across the river in order to go to BookCon. So I think you already know the answer to that question. Next question. Kristen asked, why is a raven like a writing desk? And basically, I'm going to answer this the way it was originally answered. I haven't the slightest idea. So yeah, but thanks for that riddle. I actually had to go look it up, and that was quite the interesting answer to that. So, quite interesting story behind that riddle. So that I learned something. Um, Min Kobayashi asked, and she also has a channel, also known is Min Kobayashi. So yeah, definitely go check out her channel as well. Her question is, if you were a supervillain, what would your power be, and what would your plan for destruction be? And I have to say that, well, if I had a plan for if I was a supervillain, I think my power would be to have basically, how would I put this? Um, it would be to have charisma that no one could basically, um, that no one would have like a defense for. So I would just be so charismatic that everyone would follow me and do stuff for me and stuff like that. So yeah, and what would my plan for destruction be? Well, I have a pretty good idea of what I would do. All right, here we go. Get rid of that. This. Get rid of this. Lower this. Drilling slips to these. Lower this. Lower this. So that didn't end so well. So maybe I need a better plan. But you can always go back and make those things better. So yeah, we're still working on that. But thank you for your question, Min Kobayashi. Next question is from next three questions are from Novel Serendipity. So definitely check out her channel as well. She has a channel under the same name, I believe. So, um, what has been the, or what has your favorite video been that you posted on your channel? Who are your biggest inspirations? And what kind of videos are your favorite to make and watch? And so, first question: what has your favorite video been that you post on your channel? And that will have to be the Merry hashtag Christmas War 2018 finale. Basically, I do like this whole dance, well, sing along, not sing along. I lip sync to songs while doing a little dancing here and here. But yeah, so that was a really fun video to make. I got my mom and sister involved as cameramen, and my sister makes an appearance in that as well. That was really fun to shoot, and I'm really glad that the Christmas War was a thing last year. Um, who are my biggest inspirations? Well, starting this channel, I'll definitely have to say it was Ben Sanders, Bibliophile and Panels and Pages, Jenna and Natalie, respectively. Um, they've influenced the way I do my TBR, the way I do my channel, and also I would have to say the Great War channel, which is a history YouTube, channel, which basically inspired my Great War, the way in which I presented the Great War series. They basically went through the First World War week by week, and yeah, so I used that as that was kind of my inspiration for wanting to do my own thing on the First World War. And the last question is, what kind of videos are your favorite to make and watch? And my favorite videos to make probably would have, even though they were the hardest to make, would be the history videos that I did last year in the Great War. And my favorite to watch are also history and lore videos on different types of fandom as well. So yeah, that was. Thank you for those questions. That was brought back some not too long ago memories from last year doing that Christmas War video. That was quite fun. I have to watch that again. I have to say my second favorite one would definitely have to be my singing one, which I sang very horribly to a song inspired by Nat King Cole's "The Christmas Song." Yeah, I think it's a Christmas song. But yeah, so yeah, that was fun. Next question is from Courtney, from Court de Bun. She also has a YouTube channel by the same name, so definitely check her out. Um, and she has three questions. What is your least favorite standalone novel? And I'm going ahead and just answer these. And that would probably be Jane Eyre. I remember reading it, getting like I think maybe halfway, almost halfway through, and then being like, started re-examining my life choices for whatever reason. I just couldn't figure out why I was reading it, and it wasn't that it was bad. It's just it felt like I just didn't have any purpose. And what person, living, fictional, do you most identify with? Black Tom, I mean, he's a black man. He's just trying to make his hustle, make some money and stuff, and he ends up in just all types of mess. And sometimes, you just try to do one thing and then it doesn't work out, and you just end up just like, how did I get here? Sometimes I feel like that too. Sometimes, so yeah, I'm gonna say Black Tom from the Ballad of Black Tom. And also, do you have any pets? I do not have any pets. That was the next question. Do you have any pets? And I do not have any pets. In fact, I did have pets though a couple of years ago. I had three goldfish, and I'll never forget. One of the ladies, I went to the pet store for something. I'm not sure if it was medicine or whatever, and I told her that I had goldfish and I had them for about 3 years at that point. Gave me like the most. She was like, "What? They're still alive?" I'm like, "Yeah." She was like, "Oh, you take care of your fish." I was like, "I hope so." Yeah, I used to have them, and I wish I had known beforehand. You should have like one goldfish to a 10, to a 10-gallon tank. But I got three and put them in a 10-gallon tank, and they did pretty well in there. Just a lot of cleaning because they poop a lot, and whatever. But yeah, I had three goldfish, and I had them for a while, and unfortunately, I don't have them anymore. They died, but it was a good 3 years, and I was quite happy to learn that I may be one of the few people that actually take care of their goldfish. So yeah, that's pretty good. All right, so that was it for the Twitter questions. So now moving on to the questions from YouTube, and this came in a comment from Joe Smith, who always comments on my videos. Thank you for your support and always commenting on my videos. Love hearing about your journey to booktube, Justin. That was on my booktube, my journey to booktube video. I'm glad it worked out. This isn't a question for your Q&A necessarily, but did the other person you made the bet with keep doing their channel? That's the first question. And I know you said your degree wasn't in history. When did you discover a love for history? Second question. And you read so widely, but what are your favorite periods to read about? And if you had to choose another time to live in, what would it be and why? Well, I'm going to start with the first question. And that person didn't have a YouTube channel to begin with. We were actually, the whole bet was that we would start one together. That person hasn't started their YouTube channel for reasons that are quite reasonable. So I'm not mad at that person, especially since without that person, I wouldn't have this channel and be here now. So, and the second question, when did I discover a love for history? I'm not exactly sure when, but probably at least by the time I stole the history textbook and answered the comprehension questions in the back, and I think that was around third or fourth grade. I think it's third grade. And also, you read so widely, but what are your favorite periods to read about? And if you had to choose another time to live in, what would that be? This one is really hard because it's really hard to. I mean, if I know what I know now, going back, it would be hard for me. A lot of recent history, at least being African American. And go back far enough, it could be hard just because life was a lot harder than it is now. But if I had to choose a time period, I would probably choose. I'm not sure the time period, but off the top of my head, like the exact time period, but definitely the time period when Mansa Musa was the king of the Kingdom of Mali. I would definitely like to see all the gold that he had because. On his trip to Egypt, when he left so much gold in Egypt, he depressed the Egyptian economy for about 10 years. Their economy it was just too much gold on the market. So that would have been cool to see. Um, Thank you for those questions. Next question is from Samuel Daram. Hi, Justin, and congratulations on your first year anniversary. What three reasons would you cite for the solid growth rate on your channel? What advice would you give to those who are about to become booktubers? Your knowledge to help you got from the shoutouts from fellow booktubers, and it's admirable that you would pay those kind gestures for it by doing your own shoutouts. So thank you for the question. The questions. And what are the three reasons for my solid growth rate on my channel? Um, I would have to say hard work. Unique content and brand. And networking.
My little bird, this isn't goodbye. I'm not gonna say goodbye.
We got your back, Laura.
And so, of course, you have to put the work in anything to get wherever you want to go. You gotta put in work to do it. It's not going to be easy, and it could be actually at times quite hard and daunting, or you don't want to do it. You want to do other stuff, but that's one. Two, to be unique and have like a brand. So for me, I'm known for being laid back, the hats, and also for nonfiction. So the hat and being laid back were two things that actually started out wanting to be known for, and then the nonfiction thing just kind of came out on its own. So I would say look for something unique that you can bring to your channel that people would know you for, and I think that also helps with provide steady growth for your channel, coming up with new ideas as well, and then networking with other booktubers and other people in the booktube community. Getting to know your fellow booktubers, I would say either find like a booktube dedicated Discord channel, or find out where other booktubers are hanging out or talking, and join the conversations, because that is one way you make connections, you make friends, and they begin to talk about you. You talk about them to your viewers, and that's one way to bring other people to your channel. And sometimes it's just having a presence there, getting to know other people's. For example, the booktube games, a lot of people have found out a lot of people through the booktube games through their Discord chat. So people are leaving links to their channels, and people are like, oh, here's my channel, let me follow your channel. Oh boy, snake again. So that's a great way to, there you are. It's a great way to it's a great way to find. You definitely have to network and find other people, because they run. They can definitely help you in going forward in the future, whether that be telling their viewers about it, or just can help you out with ideas and what to do with your channel, feedback, and things like that. Closer, come on. There we go. And what advice would I give to people who are about to become booktubers? I'd just say just go for it. To be honest, I mean, that's basically what I did. I just went for it and just do those other three things I talked about. It doesn't mean that you're going to be skyrocket to get high numbers of subscribers in a short period of time, or you have tens of thousands of subscribers, but you can have a small following of dedicated people who like your content, and really that's what counts, those connections, and finding people that you can be friends with and have conversations, have conversations with. So next question is from Sigurd Solf. Sophie, hey, I know her from the Discord booktube chat that I'm in, and she asked, congrats Justin, I don't use Twitter, so what's the book that you fell in love with? Oh, what's the book that had you fall in love with reading, and was there a family member who encouraged you to read? And so I can't think of a book that made me fall in love with reading, but I can there we go. But I can say that that my mom definitely was the one who encouraged me to read. She was all about reading and reading comprehension when I was younger, reading from a very early age. She had me like reading the King James Bible at like really young, like 3, 4. So yeah, so learning that and trying to understand that definitely helped me later in life with reading comprehension. Never been a big issue for me. So yeah, it was definitely my mom, and I'd really thank her for that. And the last question that I have, because this has been a very long video, um, is from Americans. And once again, thank you for the question. And the comment is, wow, I didn't know you went to graduate school. I haven't been subscribed very long. I know how you feel about not. I know how you feel about not feeling like you can keep up with any releases, especially when the library whole lists are months long. My questions for you in your Q&A are, what are your degrees in? I'd be very surprised if one of them was in history. And who are some of your favorite graphic novel, comic book writers, and artists? And finally, do you go to Comic Con every year? So, surprisingly, my degrees are not in history. They're actually in science. I have a bachelor's of science in general biotechnology, and also have a master's of business and science in bio and genomics, and with a concentration in biotechnology and genomics. So yeah, my um, my love for history outdoes my love for science, but um, yeah. So those are my degrees. Uh, who are some of your favorite comic, graphic novel, comic book writers and artists? And I had my favorite comic book graphic novel writer is Jeff Lemire by far. My favorite comic book, I'm gonna say my favorite cover artist for comic books is Mark Brooks. And my favorite artist, like interior art wise, will have to be Marco Cicchetto. I really like those three and like basically all their work. And finally, do I go to Comic Con every year? Well, not every year, but just about. I started going, I think my senior year in college. I think it was my senior year, or my junior year. I think it was my junior year. Then I missed my senior year. I didn't go. And then I think I went like every year after that. So I try to go every year. Um, I think the first time I went just on Sunday, and then I went like Thursday and Sunday one year, and it's just been really, really a lot of fun. I got to meet a lot of cool comic book people in the comic book industry, get cool pieces of art, and always finding something new every single time I go. It's just been really fun. So, guys, that is it. This video is probably gonna be quite long, so I'm sorry that is this long, but I'm really glad that I got to do this. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your support. I'm really am glad that you guys really take the time out to watch and really like my content. And I just want to just thank you so much for that. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at GhostReach28 and also on Goodreads. The link to that is down in the description box below. So as always, you can't really see me, but keep reading.